Hey, thank you very much. That is a great chart by Nancy Hamilton, what's her name? Morgan Lewis and Nancy Hamilton, entitled How High the Moon. Great tune made famous by Ella Fitzgerald. It featured our trombone section, and our first soloist was Kokia Wong on trombone, and then Kevin Quesada Yanguez on trombone, and then Kaylin Kozlauskas also featured on that, and then Sam Polnick also rounding out our trombone section, so that was a lot of fun. We're going to move on, play a chart for you. It's a little bit of a samba. It will hopefully remind you of warmer times. It's entitled Softly as the Morning Sunrise. It's going to feature... Who's first? Matthew Stewart on alto saxophone first, and then Kev Quesada is going to be back up on trombone, and then Rashad Palta on drums. Did I miss anybody, eh? So this is the post-tour concert, but it's kind of a post-tourist concert. This ensemble, along with the next two you're going to see, traveled to the Brandon Jazz Festival, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, and participated in that. It's a wonderful destination, one that we do every year. A favorite of the students, a favorite of mine, just a terrific festival, an excellent opportunity to see what's going on in the province and what's going on at Brandon University and what's going on as far as professional musicians in Canada. So we always look forward to that trip, and we had the pleasure to play these charts that you're going to hear tonight at that festival. We're going to close out with a little bit of a feature. This is going to, it's a Chuck Mangione tune. It's a very well-known tune, even outside of jazz circles. It was, I believe, the last tune in the jazz idiom that was ever in the top 10 charts. It's been used for, I think ABC Sports used it for a number of years. If you were a fan of the old TV show King of the Hill, you will certainly recognize it. It's been on commercials, it's been on advertisements, it's used all over the place. I'm sure you'll recognize it. It's a great one. It's going to feature our wonderful trumpet player, Zach Cormier, and it's also going to feature Anthony Hansen on tenor saxophone and Miss Kokia Wong on guitar. She's a multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist, and it's one I really hope you enjoy. This is Feels So Good. appreciate your patience. Just as we bring our next ensemble, this is the Intermediate Jazz from here in Artie Parker. Another group that traveled down to the Brandon Jazz Festival and performed back in March. And it's a great pleasure to play. We're going to play 3 charts for you. The very first one's a cool funk tune by a composer who I've recently discovered, and I'm very much digging some of his stuff. It's by Mike Dana. It's entitled Not My Problem. It's going to feature Paige Kirby McDougall on trumpet and Emily Penny on trombone. And also Dolnara Harinkaha Arachi on drums. I'm close. I know I'm close. I practiced this. Not my problem. great Duke Ellington piece, and Juan Tizol, one of his wonderful trombone players, entitled Caravan. A lot of fun, really unique colors and characteristics. Kind of has that sort of almost Egyptian flair to it at times. It featured a couple more of our young soloists. Garrett Evenson on alto sax. Evenson, thank you. Yes, you're right. And and Alex Nebeze on trumpet as well was featured. Thank you. We're going to play a Count Basie tune entitled Jive at 5. It's a lot of fun. It's going to feature a few more of our soloists. It will start with Garrett Evenson. Am I right? Oh, darn it. On alto saxophone, and then we're going to move on to, the pressure's on now, Max Antashewski on trombone, Paige Kirby McDougall on trumpet, and then we're going to round it off with Cameron Bellier on drums. This is Jive at 5 by the Count Basie Band. Immediately following us, we're going to do a very quick stage change as we bring out Vocomotion, our vocal jazz ensemble, so please be patient with us as we quickly make that change.
missed the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. Got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? Been invited on dates. I politely declined. Might have gone, but what for? Not with you on my mind. Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. I miss the Saturday dance. Heard the crowd on the floor. I couldn't bear it. Don't get around much anymore. Do-ba-do-ba-do-ba. Ba-ba-do-ba-do-ba. Ba-ba-do-ba-do-bow. Ba-do-ba-do-dwee-ba-do-dow. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? Been invited on dates. I politely declined. Might have gone, but what for? Not with you on my mind. Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. 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 Don't get around much anymore.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. My eyes light up when you call my name, 'cause I know you're gonna treat me right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night.
Everybody's got the fever. That is something you should know. Fever isn't such a new thing.
Fever started long ago.
Julie, baby, oh my flame, thou givest fever.
Fever with the flaming you.
Fever, got that fever. Fever, yeah, burn for Sue.
Smith, Pocahontas, Smith, Pocahontas, had a very fine affair. Pocahontas, when her daddy tries to kill him,
Pocahontas.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
gives me fever. Fever, the fever, the fever is kisses. The fever, if you live and learn. The fever, the fever, the fever till you see. What a lovely way to. What a lovely way to. What a lovely way to.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I don't want to say much because we have lots of music for you this evening, but I will just introduce our last piece. It's one probably everyone in the audience has heard before. A fantastic song, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours, made famous by Stevie Wonder. And we are very lucky to have a rhythm section for this tune. So we have Gabby and Rashab joining us for our last number. In your programs, if you have one, the last number, Fever, featured a number of soloists. We had Abby, first of all, and Amber, and we had Chloe and Josh. Good job.
Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry.
Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, baby. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, baby. You got my future in your hand. You got my future in your hand. Yeah. Seen a lot of things in this old world. When I touched them, they did nothing, girl. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Ooh, you baby set my soul on fire. That's why I know you're my one desire.
Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, baby. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, baby. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, baby. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, baby. You got my future in your hand. You got my future in your hand. Here I am, baby.
Hello, thank you for your patience. Oh, hello. I think we have everyone now. Thank you for your patience. We have 3 tunes for you from the senior concert choir this evening. The first one, it's a little cheesy, but we just had to do a Disney song because most of us, half of us, just spent 5 days in Florida. So we had to start with a Disney song in honor of our Disney trip. And then the last 2 pieces we'll perform this evening are ones that we performed in the Festival Disney. And these guys did an exceptional job. Their ratings were really impressive. Their average was 89%, and we couldn't be more proud of the work that they put in this semester preparing. So hopefully you'll enjoy. I'll tell you a little bit as we go along about the last piece, but for now, we'll begin with Moana. Okay. The second piece we're going to perform is called City Called Heaven, and this piece features a soloist, Gabrielle Larocque. It is a spiritual, which often spiritual songs have quite significant textual meanings. This one is basically about reaching a point, it's a little sad, it's about reaching a point in your life of hopelessness and trying to find something that can give you hope, that you can look towards, something that can inspire you to continue on. So we've had to dive into the text a little bit because it's a bit dark for some of us, but it is a beautiful piece and I hope you'll enjoy it. It's called City Called Heaven. Okay, I want to tell you a little about the last piece because this piece is very different. We have been working since January on this piece called Ambe, and this is a very challenging piece. It has 8-part harmony division. If you don't know what that means, basically each of our sections are splitting into two-part soprano, 2-part alto, 2-part tenor, 2-part bass, which is very hard to do. This piece, we chose it because it's by a Winnipeg composer. His name's Andrew Balfour. He's of Cree descent. The piece itself is actually in Ojibwe. And the song was gifted to Andrew by a friend, and then he took the melody and arranged it for a choral setting. I just want to tell you the translation of the text because it's simple but very, very profound. So the text says, Ambe is come in. All two-legged people, two-legged beings, come in, everyone. It's welcoming everyone, and it says, there is good life here, come in. So anytime you hear them singing the word Ambe, which, if you count, there's a lot, they're saying, come in, come in, come in. It's a song welcoming everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, very profound. So without further ado, we'll sing this piece for you. Thank you very much. That was the Artie Parker Senior Concert Choir. Thank you. As they're leaving the stage, Wendy, you may leave. Goodbye, Wendy. You may. We shall miss you. Just before you leave for intermission, just wanted to give you a few quick announcements and maybe say a few thanks if you don't mind. And then there will be some goodies available if you want to go have a snack. As always, we like to thank Smitty and Wendy way back there taking care of our sound. They do a great job, and we're very lucky to have them. Thank you, Smitty and Wendy. Yay! And thank you to Paul. He's back there. It's hard to see him because it's so dark out there, but he's there. Thank you to Paul for coming and filming. And big thanks to Paul. And last thank you to our music parents who have a concession outdoors there, and the profits that they make go right back to you, to your students who participate in any of the musical ensembles. So if you're hungry and you'd like a bite, they have a small concession or a big one, I'm not sure, out there. And we'll see you back in about 10 minutes for the second half.
Hey, thanks very much. That's the Thompson Community Band. This is, I've done this a couple times in the past. It's always a real treat doing a little bit of an exchange between our senior concert band and the Thompson Community Band. It's an opportunity for our students to see some local musicians who do this for the love of it, not for a credit, not for a course, not for a mark, but just simply because they have a great passion for music. It gives our students an opportunity to network with some of those people, see what it's like, and realize, hey, there's opportunities to play music beyond just the high school ensembles. And of course, it's also a great opportunity for our musicians, the community band musicians, to come and interact with and have a positive impact on the next generation of young students. The first tune we played was called Dance of the Harlequins. It's based on a very common chord progression. You may be familiar with it. Based on a tune called Pachelbel's Canon. Very light, sprightly tune, a lot of fun. We're going to move on, bring our RDPC senior concert band out as we play one tune, and then we're going to combine for a mass ensemble for 2 tunes to wrap up the performance. Just give us a quick moment as we bring out our next group. So we're fresh back from the subtropical area of Florida when we took part in the Festival of Disney along with the Senior Concert Choir and the Vocal Motion Vocal Jazz Ensemble. And we had the distinct pleasure as well not to take part just in the Festival of Disney, but also in the Disney Performing Arts Workshop. And it was an absolutely terrific experience. We had 56 students travel down. We're very pleased to say that all 3 of our performing ensembles in the Festival of Disney received excellent ratings, which is, of course, excellent. We're very proud of them. As you saw, hopefully when you came in the main entrance, those 3 trophies we very proudly displayed out front, and we're incredibly proud of them, and we will be looking forward to putting them in our trophy case and enjoying them for years to come. We also had a wonderful opportunity to take part, as I said, in the Disney Performing Arts Clinic. This ensemble spent 3 hours in workshop at the Disney Hollywood Studios, and they did a performance and a recording of, I believe we played 5 or 6 different Disney tunes. We recorded all of them. We chose 2 to spend a few minutes working on, recorded them, and while in the studio, we mastered them, loaded them up to the video. So we recorded some music from Frozen. It's loaded into the actual video. You can see what's going on stage. Or in the movie, while we perform, it's the RDPC Senior Concert Band performing. All the sound effects are generated by students. And we also performed the Imperial March from Star Wars. It's a really terrific video. I would love to show it to you in a performance. But the mouse and his goons made me sign a contract saying I would not show it in a concert. It's meant for in the classroom and for educational purposes. There's a little bit of gray area, though, as far as if parents would like to see it. I believe I'm okay to show it in small groups in our room. So if you swing by at some point, if you want to see it after the concert, I'd love to show it to you. If you want to swing by sometime, just stop by. We'd be happy to show it to you. But unfortunately, I'm prevented from showing it in a mass ensemble like this. We can't take any photos or videos of it, but you're certainly welcome to come and enjoy it. I unfortunately cannot distribute it or give you copies, but it's a wonderful thing to come in and just view and see what we got to do. It was terrific. I'll tell you, the kids with 3 hours working in that workshop were not all that excited to give up 3 hours of time inside Disney Hollywood Studios to do recording. And I was really touched when we got to the end of the 3 hours, and our teaching artist Scott said, "All right, we're done. Pack up, and we're going to check out the video." And I think every kid said, "That's the whole thing. We're done. Like, can we go longer? We'll give you another hour or two." We'd really like. It was a great investment. We really enjoyed our time. It's something I hope that these kids will remember for the rest of their lives, and I'm sure it will be, as I know that many people in the community remember when they used to travel to the Disney festivals. I showed a few people that video last night, and I'd certainly be happy to do it today, but showing it last night, I had a couple of people come up who were part of our senior concert band in 1996 who took part in the Performing Arts Clinic in California, and this immediately brought back vivid memories of them recording music from Bambi. So if you're out there and you were in California in 1996, you did this exact same thing, but to the music from Bambi. We did the music from Frozen and Star Wars, which is a little cooler than Bambi, I think, but still really great. So I'd be so happy to show it to you. I'm really sorry I can't put it in the performance here, but again, swing by and I'd be happy to show it to you. We're going to play our first tune. This was an international tour we did, so we chose to use all international music. So this very first tune is written by Robert W. Smith, and it features tunes, first of all, the Irish folk tune, I Know Where I'm Going, and then the Scottish dance, Highland Celebration. It's by Robert W. Smith. It's going to feature a few of our soloists. I'm going to attempt to say some names, and I'm really sorry if I get these wrong. Seth Bauer on euphonium starts. We move on to Matthew Stewart on clarinet, and... Is there anyone else on this one? Oh, and Kev Quesada Yanguez on tuba. So this is Lock and Mountain by Robert W. Smith. Just making sure. I should write these things down beforehand. All ready to roll? We're just going to do a little bit of shuffling, and then we'll have our mass band perform our last two numbers for you. Just one moment. So this is a real treat for us. We have, I believe, 82 musicians on stage this evening, and it's a real experience to play in an ensemble of this size and this power. It's a lot of fun, and as I said, it's a great opportunity for us to do an exchange for our community musicians to interact with our student musicians, for our student musicians to see people doing this music just for the love of it, and seeing that there's community ensembles all around Manitoba. Community music is alive and well in Manitoba, and we're very pleased to be able to say that. It reminds our students there's opportunities to play beyond high school. It gives our community members, too, a chance to make those positive connections with our students, and it's been a real pleasure. We've had a number of interactions over the last month as we've been preparing for this. And it's wonderful to see. It's great to do. Anytime you can bring musicians together to play for other musicians, it's a real treat. We're going to play two tunes for you. As I mentioned before, this was an international tour, so we had some international music. This next tune is an American hymn written by an American composer by the name of Sam Hazo. It's entitled Southern Hymn, and it was written for a member of the music community in Georgia, Charlottesville, Georgia, and unfortunately deceased, and this tune was written on their behalf. It features one of our young musicians. Once again, you heard him earlier this evening, Zach Cormier on trumpet. We're almost ready, and we'll be playing Southern Hymn for you in just one moment. And of course, being a Canadian band in a foreign land, we had to take a little piece of home with us. So the next tune we're going to play for you is, of course, a classic. I'm sure you'll recognize it, Land of the Silver Birch, written by, the arrangement by Vince Gassi, an Ontario composer. It's always fun to take Canadian music on the road and hear all the American adjudicators say, well, I've never seen this one before. Where's this tune from? Great old fur trader tune, of course, favorite of the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and I'm sure you will know it. I was told to stall. Can we please put our hands together for some of the individuals who are so valuable for this performance? Of course, our great sound crew, Smitty and Wendy, and of course, Paul from Shaw Cable, always supportive. Thank you so much. Thanks as well to the crew of CHTM, which is always helping us out with letting you know about events and supporting us in the program. So thank you to CHTM. And of course, thank you to our Thompson Music Parents Association, without whom we would not be able to run many of the events, such as this terrific tour we took down to Orlando. Without our parents, we would not be able to do it. Thank you, of course, to our parents who took their time off there last week, Paula, Natalie, and Tyrone. We really appreciate your time and patience in coming down and helping the students. And thank you to all of you parents. I know it's certainly a big investment to have students do a trip like this. I do believe, though, that this was something that they will never forget. It's a trip of a lifetime and an experience of a lifetime, and I think that it will pay dividends for years to come. So thank you for your investment in your child's education and for a wonderful experience. And hey, thanks to you guys for really just being fantastic down in Florida. Really proud of the performance, so proud to come home with those trophies, and wonderful to hear you here at home. Land of the Silver Birch. Thank you again so much for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. On the back of your programs, there's some upcoming dates. Letting you know, June 5th is our 33rd annual cabaret. We hope to see you back. Thanks.